Okay, what is room in a room in the World Wide Web?
Betina.
I think one of the favorite parts for me of this project is what we call room in a room in the World Wide Web. So what that is, basically, again, constructing, putting together this gallery, the virtual gallery. I was trying to think of how can we kind of interact with whomever passed through this gallery, because I'm really curious, like, who came through here? What did you think? Was it helpful that we offered this in different languages? How did you relate to the story? All kinds of things. Because for me, I'm a very physical person. Like, I love to play shows, and after my shows, be able to talk to the people that I've performed the show with and for, and even during, like, while I play, I talk to the people a lot. So it's something that I really wanted to integrate in this gallery because it's important to me. So in the beginning, I was like, my first suggestion was, yeah, we should do a guest book. And people were like, a guest book? This is not 1999. So I was like, okay, how can we do a guest book 2020? So Room in a Room in the World Wide Web came up. So we thought, what about everybody who feels like it can let us know they were here and they liked the material by also creating their room in a room. Because as much as I am sharing my story and I'm, the protagonist of a lot of those stories and songs you will hear, I am just a representation to somebody. I think a lot of my storytelling is inspired by that because growing up as a Black African female in Germany, I felt a lot of times the lack of representation. And I watched an interview, I've forgotten her name, Erica Alexander, and she was saying that representation matters. And it resonated so much with me, like, yes, it does. So I thought, okay, maybe I can be that representation to somebody, And why that is important to me is to really always come back to saying, yes, this is my story, but it's also yours or somebody else's. So Room in a Room in the World Wide Web is really just a platform to encourage everybody to also share their story. Well, first of all, own your story, share your story, and really feel the empowerment that implies, but also it allows everybody to connect with everybody a little bit more and maybe bring a little bit more understanding and peace and love to this planet. So how Room in a Room in the World Wide Web works is basically you can create a small visual of yourself and share with us your room in a room. So it can literally be, you can be indoors, you can be outdoors, you can be in your kitchen, in your bathroom, on your bed, on your couch, in your garden, on the bridge, wherever you feel your room in a room is. So it could be maybe your favorite place. It could be what you envision this song should look like or would look like to you. Or it could be what your best representation of your room in a room is. So really there is no limits, there are no rules. Whatever you want your room in a room to be, you can choose that setting, and then you can record yourself in it as you listen to your favorite track. So again, it can be something artistic. So maybe you chose to cover the song and you play us that version, or maybe you chose to dance to it and you show us that. But you can also just sit in a chair and show us how you are enjoying the music or how you're relating to it in that way. So again, there's no limitations of how artistic it has to be. It's literally just about you and your story and your room in the room. And so by doing that, you also become part of the Room in a Room project. So we will add it to the virtual gallery. So that way, everybody from all over the world can kind of share their room in a room. And naturally, we will also, implement it in our social media just to be able to also reach the project a little bit further. So all of the different countries that all of you guys come from, maybe we can like inject that idea of room in a room and just help and inspire people to own their story and to live in their truth and feel the empowerment that entails, and also help us all to connect better. So yeah, feel free to, once we launch this, to submit your videos, to submit your room in the room, and we're really curious and excited to see what that looks and feels like.
Your slavery of mind, liberate your life, decolonization.
So as you may know, the gallery will be available in 6 different languages, to pay homage to all of the cultures that inhabit me and all the countries that I've visited, that impacted the creation of Room in the Room. So the first release we're going to do on November 11th is going to be in Kirundi, and then 1 week after the next, another language will roll out. So stay tuned to our channels to make sure you know what language is next, and again, make sure you share and have fun exploring.